you should be good to go because it says stop video, which I won't do.
Okay, it's recording. Okay, so I do want to start really quickly by thanking Paul. I love you, Paul. You're amazing.
I love you, Paul.
And for the fans out there that didn't know this, initially when the documentary film was getting ready to get released, we were planning on doing something really extraordinary and bringing Justin in and doing a big premiere at a local movie theater, but then COVID-19 hit. So then it pretty much uprooted everybody's lives and grounded us at the same time in more ways than one. So I do want to thank Paul and Justin, your whole team, who's incredible and amazing, who thought of this amazing way to put this together to still share with the fans and have a moment to see it before its global release.
Right. That's all. I mean, yeah, Paul, good job. I mean,
All you,
that's
baby. All you.
one thing that Paul and I had discussed was we don't want to release this after the pandemic because everybody has gone through such tragedy right now. And everybody's gone through such, I don't want to tell them, now that you've gone through all this, watch this story about tragedy. I didn't want to do that. I was like, if they're at home, Paul, we got to figure out a way that they can watch it now. Forget like everything or how popular it's going to make us, or if Netflix wants it, or if Hulu wants, like, stop. This is about the people that have supported us. Just put it out. Just put it out, you know? And that was a big decision because what we found was the reason we made it in the first place, Monica, was for people to know there was a solution out there. There is a solution, and they don't ever have to be in that hole if they don't want to. No matter how far they fell down that ladder, they can always climb back up it, you know? And I thought that Paul and Swen and Eric really jumped on it, and they made it happen for us. And I can't thank them enough. And plus, Paul's hair game is on point now that he's growing it out.
I need a haircut.
Look at that. He looks like Johnny Depp.
Paul's
Come on, man.
it's had a life of its own since day one, since he was in his own rock band, you know?
Oh, you remember that? You remember that? Oh,
Blown away. He had the perfect.
everybody, after this, go watch For Reasons Unknown.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Well,
so,
let's talk about the mental health of being in quarantine during this time, but how it correlates with the movie. You know, you've got the themes of depression, anxiety, drug use, you know, anger, and so much negativity. Well, we're going to talk about the positive side too, but you're talking about how there is help out there. And what would you say was your darkest point in your career that you knew, that's it, man, it's do or die, I got to get out of this funk?
there was a lot of things that were said in the documentary that stuff that happened between Sarah and I, things that I did to Sarah, things that have happened between Sarah when the abuse, the mental, the emotional, the addict behavior, and the way she was treated while she was carrying my child. You know, that was a huge thing because it was just brutal. It was brutal. And to hear myself on camera talk about the trash can incident was just shameful. And to hear my brother talk about how he'd never been in an abusive relationship, but now he knows what one feels like, you know, I would have to say that the thing that turned it all around was Sarah, was the fact that, I mean, you saw interviews with her. She is very direct. She's very, this is what I need. This is how you're going to happen. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry, goodbye. And she meant it, dude. She is a strong badass. And God knew that I needed somebody like that in my life. And so right in the middle of it all, I loved how in the documentary, everybody in the band was like, and then out of nowhere, Sarah, 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 Sarah. And they're all saying it with this glow about them. It's like God put her in my life to challenge me, to make me a better person, to make me a better human being. And if it wasn't for her, I would never have changed this. I mean, Priscilla and I used to talk back in the day before I got sober. And I thought I was not that person. But then when she came into my life, I got a chance to to do that over. And she's the one that brought it to everybody's attention. She's the one that called my dad, my drug enforcement agent dad, and said, he's got methamphetamine in the house and you need to get over here, like right now. And she fired off the whistle. So it was because of her. And then Paul being a hard ass and my mom being a hard ass and Jeremy being a hard ass and saying that we're going to leave. This band's over. We're done with the relationships. And that's what it takes with recovery, Monica, is it's not something you can take someone to the doctor and go, you've got a problem. Give him some meds. Okay, I want to get better. It's not like that. It's this monster of a disease that tells you you don't have a problem and that everybody else sucks and they can leave you the F alone. And that's what's scary about this disease of addiction. If they wouldn't have said it's over, if my wife wouldn't have said, I'm taking the kid, and then I would never have gotten sober. Probably would not be here. So that was what turned it around, seeing that,
Hey, Paul, how about looking in? I mean, you're part of this group, but you're looking from the outside in, and how was it affecting everybody around Justin?
Well, obviously greatly. We were all very much connected in terms of what our day to day. We were all committed to our path, if you will. And so, yeah, we were all coming unglued. Every one of us. We were all affected by it. And ultimately, though, it drew us together. It brought us together because of the love that we had for each other and for Justin, for all of us. We'd already been through a lot together, and the ups and downs really kind of glued it together. And then there was the point, like Justin just said, there was a point where we were literally saying goodbye. Each of us were hugging each other goodbye. We felt that we'd lost him, that we'd done all we can, and that we'd gotten so hopeless that we literally had gotten to the point where we were saying, this is it. This is the end. And, how blessed we were to have known each other. That's mother, father, brothers, band members, family members, wives, children. And there's a big group of people involved in this, that it was our way of life.
Right.
And we were literally saying goodbye. And you have to, I can say that so easily, but to process that is a whole nother conversation. But we had gotten to that point. We had gotten to that point where we just thought all hope was lost. And then we found out it was drugs. And that's what, we were pissed, but then we thought, well, hey, this is something that we can confront him with. And if he wants to get help and he makes the right choice to embrace his family, that we could potentially mend and rebuild. And thank God he did. Thank God he said, he loved life enough to want to hang in there. And it starts with his family and his beautiful wife and his mother and father and his brother, of course. But again, sorry to go on too long, but thank God. Thank God he said yes. And then when he came home, 90 days later, you could see the light in his eye. You could just go, oh my God, you're back. Where the hell you been, man?
It was a transformation. Not only was it a mental transformation for you, Justin, but a physical one. Watching the film, you're a completely different person.
Yeah. That's funny that you say that, because I was talking to someone earlier about the significance of finding my higher power, finding God in my life again. And I try to, and I like to be jovial and funny about it now, because it was such a turning point, that bee hitting its head against the wasp can, or the bee can. I didn't even know the difference between a bee and a wasp. I was like 2 years into my sobriety, and I was still talking like, and just seeing that bee hit his head against the poison can. And I was so desperate, Monica, at that time. I was so desperate that I was just looking for something. And that's what God put us on this earth to be, is to recognize miracles around us. And when I saw that and it clicked right at that moment, everything got so easy. It was almost like, has everyone here seen that movie Office Space? You remember that movie Office Space, right? When he goes and gets hypnotized, and then he's just like, you're going to break up with me? Cool. Yeah. I'm fired? It's great. Awesome. Oh, you don't like me? Awesome. That's exactly how it was, Monica. I'm not lying. When I found God, when I found a higher power, everybody has their own. I'm not going to preach Christianity or anything like that. When I found that I could let go of this pain and this turmoil and give it over, and a light turned on, it was like that dude in Office Space. And my life has been like that for 8 freaking years now. Just like, hey, cool, man. It's awesome. Yeah, I'll try some snails. Where's the queso? You know what I'm saying? It's that good. And it's that simple, really.
The film touches on so many dark themes, right? We talked about that earlier, but it also has some positive vibes to it. It really does. I wrote some down. So I
Yeah.
came in with the connection with your fans. It's very inspirational. It's very passionate. The endurance of all this journey that you and everybody else embarked on. But overall, at the end, it is all about heart and love.
Right.
In the music. That's
Right.
that's what permeates through this whole film for me.
Yeah. It's so true because I only knew how to write sad songs and songs about me and how hard life was. And then after all these changes, what they actually gave me was not this ultimatum. They gave me a gift of a brand new life, of this whole new craft that I could touch on. Writing songs about hope. What is that? Writing songs about love, writing songs about the nostalgia of life, writing songs about confidence, about taking back your power and living life to the fullest, and it not being about being number one. It's not being about being rich anymore. It's not being about being cool or how you look or what people think about you. It's about your spirit and this lease on life of just, I want to taste it so much. And I can't get rid of it. I'm just like this all the time. And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Give it away, but until the person's ready to receive, we'll even get the message, you know?
Yeah.
Paul,
I told somebody that I was 8 years old. Like, I feel like I'm 8 years old because every relationship that I had before this, Monica, I never had a healthy relationship with a girl because I was always high. I never had a healthy relationship with my father because I was always high. I was always on something. So my marriage is like this whole, like, I'm learning as I go because I just now started loving in the right way. And it's such a badass trip to learn with her, you know? Anyway, what were you going to ask, Paul?
I was going to ask Paul, what are some of the things that you've learned from Justin's journey?
Wow, golly, boy, you got an hour. I mean, look, we've traveled and we've done so many wonderful things together, but I think what I really love most is getting up every day knowing that we're putting smiles on faces. I think, just seeing the effect that he's had from the very first day I was blessed to start working with him on people. I mean, I was used to working with artists that were kind of self-absorbed and it was kind of all about them and that's okay. I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing because they have this talent and this gift of entertainment. And so I don't want to say that as a negative, but it was the first time I really saw an artist that probably didn't realize the effect it was actually having on other people and inspiring other people. And lyrically, man, like I would always be like, how did you come up with that? Where do these words come from? This honesty. I wish I could have said it that way. Why? I mean, I was an artist. I didn't have a career. I was really good at what I did, but I didn't have a career because I didn't have anything meaningful to say. I wasn't connecting with people. There wasn't this inspirational, I hate to use the word inspirational because it seems a little bit much, but just that honesty, that genuine gift. And that's really what it was for me. I felt like he separated himself from everybody else I'd ever been around, just based on just a genuine gift he had to connect with people beyond anything I'd ever seen. And then to see the joy and then to watch the performing and just, I mean, you could just go on and on about it. Sorry.
It was my dance moves. Come on. It was my dance moves.
Yeah.
Stop being all serious. This
By
is
the
my
way,
freaking
I've always
tushy. I
said,
shake that ass. I
yeah,
shake that ass.
that Justin had a soulful, he was more
Drop it
than,
like it's hot, Monica.
I
Like
think
a
he's
biscuit.
a very special person to.
Sorry for my long-winded explanation, but yeah, right? I'm in awe of it. I have been since the day I signed him. When I met him and I first heard the songs, I was like,
Oh, Lord.
God, I've got to do this. I've got to be a part of this. And 17 years later, we're still here.
And it was that ass.
Now,
Sorry.
about all that, but you know what I'm saying.
What I was saying was that it takes a very special person to have the patience and to really see the person behind everything that's going on, to stick with them, to make their dream come true, even with the obstacles that were presented and that he was putting on.
It makes the world a better
create all
place.
these problems. You were creating your problems, Justin, because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
didn't know how to handle it. You didn't know how to handle your mental illness, your depression. And you were blessed to have these people around you like Sarah, like Paul, like your parents, and even
Mom and
Jeremy.
dad, my God.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy in the film, just tear works
Oh,
every single
Jeremy
time.
killed me, dude.
Yeah.
But the best line I think was when my mom said, "These are all good people." And I was just like, and he hurt them so bad, and they just love him. And it was like, I just wanted to, oh, stop it, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, geez, I just started bawling. I'm like, Mom, why you gotta be such a badass? You know?
Roker's
Jesus, man.
amazing. Amazing woman.
Yes, it really is. So, what are the plans for the film now?
The plans for the film now are to, since this pandemic, it's really made us open our eyes to what, for me, what I can do publicly to show people how I stay sober and how I stay in recovery and how I stay close to the light, if you will. People always ask me, how are you so damn positive all the time? And I'm like, man, I swear to God, it's like the Office Space thing. I just found recovery. I really did. And then I don't let negative people in my life. That's really what it is. I say, screw you with my prayers, of course, and get out of my life. But the plan for the documentary now is not necessarily to try and go capture the world's attention and get it on Netflix and get it on Hulu. Although Paul may want that. My whole thing was to take it to the rehabs that gave me this gift and hand it to the counselors and say, play them a hopeful documentary for a change. Because I'm so sick of seeing all my musical people die in these documentaries. Show them this. Show them that there's a solution, you know? And I like right where we are right now, Monica. Of course, Paul wants it to be on, you know, Netflix, HBO, and all that stuff. And I'm just like, hey, namaste, bro. Namaste. But, you know, I'm just rolling with it, you know? Hardcore.
What do
Yeah,
you?
Shot caller.
the best thing, and I hope everyone here that's been so kind to take their precious time and be here today, if the film inspired you or touched you in any way, please share it with your friends, because ultimately that's why we did it. I mean, we made the
Yeah.
film because we felt there was something special here, something that a lot of people could benefit from. You know, look, unfortunately, this isn't a high action film with Johnny Depp or whatever, and everybody's going to go put it on some great platform. Although he does look pretty sasserific, I must admit. But you know what I mean? So this is a message about recovery, powerful redemption. You know, all of our friends, family members can benefit from this. So really, the success of this film is if one or two people make a choice, one or two people make a choice to maybe to be the best version of themselves they can be. It inspires them in some way to love. Then I think we've achieved what we've set out for. I mean,
That's it. That's it right there, Paul. That's
yeah,
it.
you're right. I want the world to discover how special he is, and I get up every
Oh,
day.
God. Here we go again.
He's gonna hate hearing that, and I'm
Jeez.
not.
Okay, Paul, there's I think other people have questions, right?
Yeah, I'll shut up. But yes, Monica, help us spread the word. Let us get this message out there. I'll shut
Definitely.
up. I'm muting myself.
No, Paul. I just think to show people that there is a solution, no matter how far you've fallen down, that you can always start somewhere, and that if you let the positive people love you, that it can all be possible. And that's it. And you can be the best, like Paul said, the best version of yourself. I love that, Paul. I love that, Paul.
Yeah, baby. That's what we're all striving to be.
Oh, Paul.
Do you want to open up the chat for folks to ask some questions?
Yeah, let's do it where anybody, whoever has a question, raise your hand. Okay, we got Mrs. Cindy Sauceda. Can you unmute yourself? There you go.
I'm muting. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Hi, Justin.
it's so good to see you.
You too. So I only have one question.
Okay.
When writing, do you write the lyrics first, or do you hear the melody in your head and then write the lyrics?
It all goes different. It all goes different. There's a song that we have on the new album called "Stay With Me" that the first verse I wrote, and it talks about when I got lost in the woods on a camping trip when I was 10 years old in the middle of the night, and how that had something to do with how codependent in relationships I was, because it scared the crap out of me. And so the chorus is just stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And then the second verse is how that also led into abusive relationships and how I longed for them for some darn reason. And then stay with me, stay with me. So it's almost like this helium balloon fills up and then it pops and it, I've got so many pieces of music that I've written that when I have something in life that inspires me, I can go, okay, let's go to shelf 2, song B. And then I pow, and then I go. And then sometimes it all just happens all at once. I don't really limit it to one way of writing, but I just get inspired by so many things,
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Cindy. Say hi to the family for me.
That's it.
Who else has a question? Miss Chelsea? Can you unmute yourself? Oh, there you are. Hey, you're good.
Hi. That movie was, I don't even have the words for it. I was in tears. I had to redraw on my eyebrows and my mascara before coming on the Zoom. And so I guess my question is just viewing the movie, just how many parallels I've noticed between just how my life has gone and the changes I've gone through and everything I've experienced just with, I might cry, just having Luke and with how steadfast my husband has been through this whole thing when I've tried to multiple times push him away. And then, becoming sober and just seeing just my love blossom. And I guess my question is, I didn't want kids for a long time because I didn't want to pass on my addiction to them. And I didn't want that responsibility because I was so selfish. What advice do you have or how do you deal with talking about addiction, and what are your plans to talk to Gunnar and Sadie and keep your relationship just with love with Blue, just when they have questions when the time comes? Because I know Luke's gonna get there.
I now live with Blue, right? She lives with me now. She's lived with me for about a year now, and she's 12 years old, and she's at that stage now where she wonders where I was and what's going on and why there was so many courts involved and why there was so much stuff going on. And I am so blunt with her, Chelsea. Like, I'm so blunt about what drugs did to our life, what they did to Daddy, how I am the way I am today because of certain things. God, my higher power, responsibility, family, support systems, positive people. And I'm the first person to point out those negative little leeches in her life and go, not going to happen. Peace out. And she might hate me for a day or two. But I remember when my dad used to do that with me, when he would find those bullies and those little scums of the middle school that want to sell you dope. And for some reason I was attracted to him. Boy, he whipped their butts, kicked them out of my life so quick, right? So I have to be that same way with her. I have to be so blunt. I have to be so honest. She's gone through so much as a 12-year-old that the more blunt I can be with her, the more honest I can be with her, and then hold her and just love her. That's what I can do, I mean, you guys remember Any Man in America? You guys remember that time when I was just, oh, poor me, look at me, I'm on drugs. Why can't you let me see my daughter? Like, what a little, like, for real, dude. There's a reason God didn't let you in your life, because you were you were a terror, So now I will be blunt and I will be honest with Sadie. I will be honest with Gunnar. I will be honest with Blue. And that's how I have to do it, Chelsea. And I know you'll probably do the same thing with Luke. And I have all the faith in you, because I remember first meeting you. You have the biggest heart and you have the softest soul. And no matter what you think of yourself, just knowing you in this short period of time that I know you, I think you're going to be the most fabulous mother, and that little boy's going to be the most fabulous little dude, man. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rock and roll, man. And your husband's hot. That's all I got to say.
He's changing a dirty diaper right now as we speak.
Oh, that's good. Just right. That's life right there. All right, who's next? We got R. Carrillo, number 20. Can you unmute yourself?
Hi, sorry. It's under my work. I'm a teacher, so it says R. Carrillo. So I'm going under my.
Okay. Did I sound like a white boy or what? R. Carrillo with some Kaisaquillas?
It's okay, because my kids make fun of me because I can't even say my new last name that I act white. So.
Well, what questions do you have for me?
Just more of a thank you. Serge, come here. I wanted to thank you because you brought me and my husband together. That's Carrillo. I just changed my name to Carrillo. He's just here right now, Serge.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, homie?
Yeah, he just got home from work and he has to do dialysis right now in our house, but I wanted him to come say hi to you.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to meet you, buddy.
Likewise.
So,
It's a pleasure.
your message, your documentary, everything has put us together. I suffer with bipolar depression. I had the same issues. I've been in hospitals. I've gone that, and him dealing with his dialysis, we have so much fighting against us. And it's, again, when you said about the being the wasp, you know, you just got to find that higher power. And he's my higher power and I'm his higher power. We just push together. And that's why we just got married in November for it. So thank you.
There you go. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I said the wrong day.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I'm sorry, it's October. I'm so nervous right now. We had October wedding for Blue October.
Hey, that's all good. That's all good. I'm going to put your marriage up in my prayers, all right?
Thank you so much.
That's all good, man. God bless y'all. Okay, so Priscilla, you're next. Unmute it, girl.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. I just watched the film and it's been 19 years, Justin.
Yeah. I've known you for a long time.
And just seeing you grow and knowing that you have Blue and that you're so happy, it makes me the happiest person ever.
Oh.
Because I remember, like, you know, some pretty dark times. And
do you remember me calling you on like Christmas Eve nights at like 2 a.m. going, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, calm down, calm down, calm down. Give me that girl's number because I'm going to call her right now. I'm like, no, Priscilla.
No, I still have that attitude. I got assaulted. Because I'm still like, hey, like, you know, don't mess with me. Like, I protect my family. Like,
yeah.
And you've always been family to me. And I just want to thank you because, you know, the last 2 years have been tough.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that song. My God, you have saved me so many times. And I wonder if I don't tell you enough, but thank you for everything that you do. And thank you, Paul. And thank you, Monica, for putting this together because this is going to help a lot of people. It's going to help my students because we talk about mental health. It helps me cope with the things that I'm going through. And it just makes me love you so much more. And I'm so proud of you.
Well, you know, everybody that you come in contact with is immediately in love with you because you have such a sweet soul and you deserve nothing but happiness. And we love you so much. Everybody that loves her, come on, give me one of these. There you go. That's what. Look at all those people. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, look at all that. So thank you, Priscilla. You know I love you, and when I see you, you and I are gonna sing a little duet together. Okay.
I'm gonna take piano lessons with Brian soon. So.
What, dude?
Yeah.
All right, girl. Okay, so we're gonna go over to I love you, girl.
I love you
who
too.
has a question? Who has a question? Okay, we've got Jennifer Wallace.
My last name is a little easier to pronounce now, but it wasn't before.
Thank you.
So I'm kind of going to snowball a little off of Chelsea because she talked more about the addiction aspect. But as a parent, I have a 12-year-old who was very recently diagnosed with bipolar 2. And I've been struggling with that. She's been in and out of, local mental hospitals, and seeing how you've dealt with it really gives me an insight to kind of see how maybe she's feeling because I'm not bipolar. But my question is, do you have a fear that your children will have mental illness? And do you feel more prepared to deal with that with your journey?
Yeah, because I've only known it my whole life. I've only known me as just this overly passionate person for life and behavior. That's how I consider my bipolar. Overly passionate and sensitive to my behavior and what goes on around me. I can cry at any moment. I could laugh at any moment. I could run at any moment. So I do hope that my kids have some sort of that in them because I feel so much, and I've only been feeling it for about 8 years. And I can't wait to see where it goes from here. And if they do deal with any kind of mental illness or deficiency, I'm going to be right there with them, just like my parents were. And I'm gonna hold them, and I'm gonna be honest with them, and I'm gonna be the most loving man you can ever imagine. You know, if it meant that I had to stay home with them full time, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, it's all about my children. It's all about my children now. You know, was she still there? Are you there, Jennifer? Could you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying not to cry.
No, that's okay. That's all right. You should have seen me this morning. I was jogging, Monica, and I was all like writing a song, and all of a sudden I'm just breaking out in mid-stride. I'm like, and my neighbors are like, what's wrong with that white boy? Like, for real, he's always crying. Anyway, who else has a question?
You want to hear something funny is I didn't want to watch the film because Paul had sent me the link prior. I didn't want to watch it. I kind of want to watch it in the moment to make it a little more memorable with winners and the whole thing. But I've been listening. I went back to listen to the whole Foiled album. Been listening since over the weekend. And I go out to do my jog and my walk or whatever. Yeah. And the same, Justin, it's one of those like just tears. Tears. Because it's so good. And every song, and I think just as a fan, not just as somebody who works in radio or who knows you or anything like that, but just as a fan, straight up, that album has always been very special to me. I think it was right after I had moved back from Portland to El Paso, and I saw you guys perform at the Abraham Chavez Theater. Wow. And it completely blew me away. And I knew, you know, the rumblings of maybe, you know, you were having problems and the whole band wasn't getting along. But I didn't care. I was just like, as long as, you know, he's delivering. But, you know what I'm saying? I really did. At first I was just like, I don't care as long as he plays. But then you start kind of putting one and one together and you start thinking, oh, wow. It's a bigger deal than what you're seeing, than the glitz and the glamour and the lights, you know. There's a whole lot more, and you know, there's that whole school of thought, like, unless you're doing drugs, unless you're in that dark, deep place, you're not going to be generating hits, and that's not necessarily true, you know. Pop music is all happy, and you've got number ones every single day. So but going back to that feeling of it still gets me. Your music, the whole band still gets me to this day. And I love you guys for that.
I love you too. And you're the one person when we have a new album, I'm always like, Paul, we got to go to dinner with Monica. I got to play her some demos, man.
I know. I'm brutally honest, man. I really am.
You are. This song isn't for me. Oh, that one's for me. You best give it to me now. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've got probably about 10 more minutes. Can we take some more questions? Is that okay?
Yes, do it.
Okay, we got one from Miss Ashley Rios. Ashley! Oh my gosh, I love her. Oh, this is our family friend. Okay, how do I? There we go. Let me unmute it.
Here it is.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi. Oh my God, I just watched it and I was in tears. Oh my God, Justin, I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh.
This is one of my wife's best friends. Like their whole life, they grew up together.
Yeah,
and they live there now. That's her really cool husband and their beautiful baby. And woo, I can't wait to tell Sarah I'm seeing you.
Yes. Oh my God. I've knowing Sarah for as long as I have, I'm just so glad that you guys found each other, because I mean, I think she was meant for you and you were meant for her, and just seeing you guys together is the most beautiful thing. I mean, you guys are just some of the most amazing people that we know. So I don't have any questions. We just wanted to hop on and just tell you how much we love you, how proud we are of you, and just keep up. We can't wait to see you again.
Dude, you know you're making me tear up right now because we miss you guys. This is like our couple that we go do stuff with whenever we're in their town. So like we
drink
totally
shit coffee. Yeah.
I know. Well, we're praying for y'all, and I'll tell Sarah that you said hi, okay?
Yes.
I love you, Justin. Take care.
Love you. Take care.
Love you too, guys. God bless y'all.
Bye.
That's so cool. Okay, we've got 6 minutes. Who else has a question? We got a little man over here. Let me unmute you, buddy. Hi.
Do you say hi?
Hi.
What's up, buddy? I like your hair.
Show me her.
Is that a mohawk?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks for being here. Did you guys have a question?
What do you want to ask him? About how he got his song for home. How he got to make his song for home. Remember? Wake up.
This is cute.
Justin, that's
Yeah.
one of Scott Ronson's daughters.
Are you serious?
That's his grandson.
This is his second grandson.
It is a pleasure to meet you, little man.
He wanted to know about the song Home. How you came up with we play that every single day. We're that's a song my first dance at my wedding will be Home. Everything. So he wanted to know how you got that.
I wrote that about my wife and my kids when Sadie and Gunnar were born. When she was pregnant with Gunnar, I just kept looking around at my life, and that's when we were supposed to stop the documentary. And that's when this whole like wave of my sobriety and my higher power and God and spirituality just blossomed, because I saw what family really meant. And I saw what this connection, I truly believe that God put Sarah in my life to have kids with and to be the man that I was meant to be. So that song was the quickest song. I wrote that song in probably 30 minutes. It just came out. And it was really weird. It just came out. I was laying in bed and I remember going, "I'm watching you sleep, Sarah." And she was like, "Whatever, creeper." And I remember when I woke up in the morning, I said, "I lie awake and watch you sleeping, thinking it's the little things that make a home." And then I just started going, "Dancing in the kitchen in the pale moonlight," like a country song. And then I went, this is good. This is really good. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that song gets us through a lot in this house.
Well, I like his hair, and you stay cool, my man. Peace, bro. All right, we've got time for 2 more questions, probably. Anybody else? Okay, we got Marcus. Wait, Castaneda.
You got it right, Justin. So real quick, brother, thank you for everything. Thank you for this, KISSFM. Thank you, guys. I know we've spoken before about when I had hit my, I think, 3-year sobriety. You were about 6 years, or I forget. Okay. Anyways, I'm hitting 7 in July. My question to you: what advice would you give to someone who is trying to get sober and they just can't get started?
I'm like a drill sergeant when it comes to sobriety. I'm brutal. I'm like a boot camp instructor. So, I mean, to be honest with you, like if they've got kids, I will say something along the lines of, it's time to man up, bro. Or stop being it's time to be a dad. That's what I would say to somebody, because that's what I wish somebody would say to me. And I would tell them to get to a meeting, and I would tell them to find a sponsor and to give it a month, and then challenge them. Be like, "I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do that shit. You can't do it. Give me a month then if you're such a badass." And then when the month happens, they'll be like, "Whoa, I kind of like this." Yeah, but I would seriously challenge them. I wouldn't just go, "You should get help." I'd be like, "Man up, bro. Man the F up." Because that's what I wish my guys would have told me. Because then I would have been like, "What? Huh?" That's what I would say.
Awesome. Tough love.
But I'm
Thank
brutal.
You, brother. Yeah.
Sure, I love you. I love you, Marcus. We got time for one more question. Who we got out there? Anybody? Yo, here we go for Linda Day, our last question of the day. Hi, Linda. Hold on, let me unmute you. Oh, you got it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Justin. I don't really have a question. It's basically just thanking you. The documentary was amazing. I was in tears, just like Monica. I had to go put my face back on before Zoom. But I want to thank you. During COVID and everything, you're still really positive, inspiring people. Doing the live concerts, the singles, it was incredible. I love it.
Had a lot of fun.
I really like it. It's been really, really good, keeping people positive. So thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I think the one thing that I'm enjoying most about this time is that I like to think of it as everybody had to go to the starting line. Nobody's in a race anymore. Nobody's ahead of anybody. Nobody's more of a badass than the other. We're all in the same line, and we're about to hear that gun go, so we can start our lives back again. It's just how prepared are you going to be to live it good when they open it back up, or are you still going to sit there and be a whiny little baby?
Right.
And I choose
Yeah, and it just
to
kind of
stand
made
up.
everybody slow down.
Yeah, it made everybody slow down. So like tonight, in like an hour in an hour, I'm doing a step work on Blue October's YouTube. We're doing step 6 because I feel like I need to do that, not only for myself, but for people out there that are sitting at home that can't put the bottle down. I want to help. I just want to help because they help me. So I just think it's fascinating that we have all this opportunity in front of us, even during the pandemic, and we have all this opportunity in this beautiful life in front of us. It's just ourselves and our ego that gets in the way of letting happiness completely fill our bodies. And if you just would let it fill your body and clean your side of the street and live an honest and beautiful and truthful life, then man, the sky's the limit. And you could have anything you want in life. You could have all the happiness in the world. It just takes some honesty and some hard work. But, I mean, you could look as good as Paul. Look at Paul. Look how good he looks. I mean, dang, that's Johnny Depp over there, bro. Johnny Depp.
Hey, can we do a big screenshot and get everybody?
Hold on. I want to say hi to Luke. I want to say hi to Luke real quick.
My bad.
Luke. Hey, buddy.
Oh,
that's little Luke. That's little Luke.
He's learned the last word of each sentence in the first half of Oh My My.
Oh my, my. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good to see everybody. Thank you for being here. Ashley Rios, God bless you. And that baby. Everybody out there, Priscilla, Chelsea, Monica, everybody, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I can't thank you enough.
Justin, can I show you something super, super quick? It's a wedding gift that a local artist, my friend, made us this.
No.
That's so cool.
That's the home album cover of you guys.
Woo! Yeah, we got that for our wedding in October.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it, guys. Well, I can't wait to see you guys in person. Sabrina, I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you, but I love you. Chris, thank you for being here. Angela, thank you for being here. Cindy, Ruben, Jay. What's up, homie? That's the first dude I met in El Paso. He showed up at Club 101 with all these piercings. I was like, who is this crazy guy? And then we became friends. I love him. Irene, thank you. Chelsea, thank you. Marcus, thank you. Monica, from the bottom of my heart, once again, I love you. And you look so good. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, boo.
Thanks, babe. I love you too. And then we'll talk later. We'll sync up something else. We'll make some more magic.
Yeah, send me a text, baby. I miss you, okay?
See you guys too, Paul. I love you.
I love you, Monica. And then forgive me, everybody.
Screenshot.
Screenshot.
Let's do it.
Yeah, please share the phone with everybody. Tell a friend, will you?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Everybody smile. Dude, these are my girls. Where are my girls at? Where are my girls at? Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. I love you, Monica.
Bye.
Bye, Ashley.
Love you, Justin. Bye.
Love you.